I will not be contesting the forthcoming federal election, and I just wish to outline some of the reasoning behind my decision. A couple of weeks ago I spoke with the then Prime Minister indicating that it was my intention not to recontest in the coming election. He asked me to delay consideration of this decision, indeed to reconsider. He indicated that he wanted me to stay on as a minister even if I did choose to step down. And I concurred with his request, and we agreed that we would revisit the matter at the end of the parliamentary sitting period. In fact, we had an appointment scheduled for 9:30 a.m. this morning to consider this matter, and as you all know, by one of those strange quirks of fate that tend to occur in politics, other matters intervene. So I found myself doing what I expected to do, namely confirming my intention not to recontest the election slightly later in the day to a different Prime Minister, the incoming Prime Minister. So I'm now formally advising the House of my decision. I have indicated to the incoming Prime Minister that I am both equally happy to continue serving in my current ministerial position until the election, or should she choose to ask me to step aside, to do so without demur. I want to say a number of things to the House about this decision, Mr Speaker. First, I'd like to make it plain I have no future employment as yet organised. In case anybody is suspicious that I have been bought off, I do expect that I will pursue opportunities somewhere in the business and academic worlds, but that's a matter for the future. I also wish to indicate that once I do cease to become a minister and a member of Parliament, I do not intend to play a serious or significant future role in politics. I will, of course, do everything within my power to ensure that the government is re-elected and that the Labor Party holds my seat of Melbourne. And once the election is over, I expect to play very little role in the future political discourse of this nation, with one significant exception. And that is that I have for a number of years been heavily committed, heavily involved in seeking to advance the interests of a particular group of people in our nation, that is African Australians. It is something that I'm very passionate about, something that I would urge all members of the House to pay more attention to, a particularly disadvantaged group in our community that I will certainly be offering my assistance to them in any way that they may find use for me. I want to stress, Mr Speaker, that this decision is driven entirely, absolutely by matters of personal circumstances. There are, frankly, two little girls and indeed two older kids who need me more than the country needs me. And when I married my wife Andrea 9 years ago, I said in the speech at the celebration that every day that we were apart was painful. I'm afraid that that is still true. These are circumstances which I'm sure most members of the House will understand only too well, indeed understand better than many in the community.